Football Roundup. Latest updates. If this is your first time on Football Roundup, please like, subscribe and click on the notification bell.
Another academy player at Arsenal who's just absolutely lighting up the Premier League at the moment is Bukayo Saka, who's just, look, he's a player who hasn't had to be patient in the way that Nketiah has, because he's just hit the ground running and carried on improving.
He's one that they have to manage, and this is why you want to see. That's why you see, I think Trossard is a fantastic signing. Play anywhere up front there if anything happens, and you do need to rest the Bukayo Saka, which I think at some stage is going to have to happen, because obviously coming off of a great World Cup for himself, leading into the World Cup, he's brilliant. He's brilliant now, and we're talking about somebody at some stage that's probably going to need a little bit of managing. So, you know, for ability-wise and the way he is and the way he's just taking everything in his stride, Kels, he's a model professional. At his age, he's a model professional, and you know we're very, very fortunate to have him. You know, I can't say enough about him in respects of what he's doing and how grounded he is, and you know how great it is for us at the moment to have a player like that. Because I remember saying to people, I might have gone a bit over the top saying he's a generational.
I'd be amazed if you did.
Going over to saying a generational talent, but for Arsenal and coming out of Arsenal's academy, everybody who ever saw him said he's going all the way, and they were right. You know, he's doing it, he's proving it.
You know what I find, Brighty, I find surprising about him, when you look at young kids when they play, normally especially the wingers or the flair players, they're always rushing. You know, they're going a bit too quick. Bukayo is the opposite. He slows down in the key moments. He reminds me a bit of Riyad Mahrez in the sense, you know, he's just looking for a little moment, a little body shift. And that I find for a kid, is he 21? That is very rare for him to play with that much emotional intelligence. And that's why I think maybe, in fact, I don't think he overexerts himself like a lot of the young kids running around. I know I was just running around like a madman. And I think he plays within himself, and he has a calm. I mean, for us, I thought football, I loved it, but it was stressful. You know, it was very competitive. He's always smiling, Saka. He looks like he's having the best time out there.
Well, they're winning, so he is having the best time out there.
But he is, you know, I love the fact that he is completely himself. He talks about his faith, he talks about reading his Bible every night. He's a archetypal boy next door, and also representative of the club and the fan base, and so there is a lot of warmth and love for him. I'd say if he would probably get more credit than he is receiving if he was Spanish or Brazilian, because I think he's every bit as good as a Rodrigo or a Vinicius Jr. That's a big comparison. But when you look at the goals he scored, the opposition he scored it against, the emotional intelligence, the positional play, his ability to read the game as well, the caliber of opponent that he's been influential against in the World Cup. He was the best player on a pitch where Kylian Mbappe was. In England's game against France, you realise he is a generational talent, and Arsenal have nurtured him superbly. Well, there have been times when maybe he's had a little bit too much on his shoulders, but he was able to carry that in that period where Arsenal were under a lot of pressure and he was scoring big goals. The next thing they've got to do is tie him down to a long-term contract.
I think that's probably next. That's probably next.
And it's probably not that hard to do for a boyhood Arsenal fan who's been at the club through the academy while the team are on the verge of potentially winning their 14th title. By the way, the thing about Eddie Nketiah, signed for the club at 14, wears the number 14 shirt, and scored his 14th goal in all competitions of the season, potentially on the way to winning Arsenal their 14th title.
Wow, and there's so many 14s.
Nice, isn't it?
Football Roundup. Latest updates. If this is your first time on Football Roundup, please like, subscribe and click on the notification bell.